Hey everybody, welcome back. It is Single Malt Sunday here at the Northwest Small Batch Brewing HQ. And today, I'm opening something that's got a little dust on it. This is the Glenmorangie 10. Let me get this open here. And what can I tell you about this guy? I hope you can still see that. This is obviously a 10-year-old Highland Scotch whiskey. You can see right off the bat, it is light. Which in a way is not a bad thing. It means that it's not, obviously it's not colored at all. There's no caramel coloring or anything in there. What can I tell you? It's pretty low ABV, 43%. It is a budget whiskey if you're looking for something that's not too expensive for a Scotch. And I would say it is not anything that's going to blow your mind, in my opinion. There's not a lot of, these days, everybody has their own personal, favorites as far as, like for me, I like really peated Scotch. I like really... I like Scotch or whiskey that's aged in, different kinds of wine barrels. So this one is just your straight up, aged in a standard whiskey or, oak barrel. Nothing too super fancy. Interestingly, I was looking at the bottle because to me, this does not seem like a Highland Scotch. And sometimes the regions kind of blend together, like the, Lowland, Highland. It does say Highland single malt Scotch on it. But the thing is, so generally speaking, to me, this smells like a Speyside. It's just very light, very, very light. It's very pear forward, very pear forward. And I'm not a huge fan of pears, which is why I probably don't drink this one very often. But if you like pears, I mean, this is your guy right here. It's very light, very delicate, floral, pear, herbal. I mean, yeah, it's very dainty. Yep. A little spiciness, a little bit of sweetness, a lot of pear. Citrus. I don't know that it needs any water at this ABV and the delicateness of it. I just don't think water is really going to be beneficial. I would say if you're somebody who likes or is looking for whiskey that is not, I don't want to say punch you in the face, but like, if you drink like a heavily peated Scotch, it's just very overwhelming, the flavor of the smokiness, right? Or same thing, if you drink a sherried Scotch that, you're going to get so much of that berry and fruit and dry fruit flavor. It might be overpowering. That becomes the whiskey. In this case, if you're looking for something where you just really want to know what's the impact of a barrel on whiskey, that's your guy. Because that's all it is, right? It's just a whiskey that has been aged for 10 years, and that's all you got, in a standard oak barrel. You get you don't get a lot of vanilla in this, in my opinion, but you get the baking spices. I don't know where the pear comes from. It's probably from the wash that they made, or the yeast. It's not bad, in my opinion. Overly simple, and it's just too foo-foo-y for me. It's too light, too perfumey, I don't know. For me, it's not for me. But it's not that it's bad. It doesn't taste terrible or anything like that. I just think there's a lot better whiskeys out there. So anyway, there you go. Budget whiskey, Glenmorangie 10, if you want to check that out. I'll be back in another week for another whiskey tasting. And until then, sláinte.